Welcome to Timeless Takeover, your no BS guide to lasting anti-aging and longevity solutions. Hosted by Marissa Parchman, founder of Timeless Skin and Wellness, this is your exclusive source for honest anti-aging solutions and elevated wellness. We offer a full-scope approach to beauty and vitality because at Timeless, we believe aging is optional. Serving discerning clients across Denver Metro and Northern Colorado, your transformation begins here.
What you eat could be sabotaging your skin. Let's talk about the top offenders and how to swap them out for glow-worthy choices. Welcome back, everyone. I am Millie M., co-host and producer, back in the studio with Marissa Parchman, founder of Timeless Skin and Wellness. Marissa, how are you?
Hello, Millie. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too. Glad to be here with you again. Let's dive into today's topic. What are 3 things we should not be eating for optimal skin and overall health?
Yeah, such a great question. There are a lot of things that we shouldn't be eating that are on a lot of labels that we will find at the grocery store. But there are 3 main things that I really pride myself in avoiding personally in my life and educating my clients on avoiding in their day-to-day life. Now, it is very hard to keep these things out of your diet 100%, but living a lifestyle where you avoid these on a daily basis, I think is very helpful and really the secret to taking control of our health from a perspective of what kind of food and ingredients we put in our body. So those 3 things are white processed flour, processed hydrogenated and seed oils, and processed sugar.
So sugar. So how does sugar specifically impact collagen and skin elasticity?
Yeah, so sugar is a huge, huge problem. Sugar is kind of a sneaky one that they put in everything. And sugar is a carb. So we all need carbs to metabolically thrive. And we have just missed it in the case of ingesting processed sugars. So a lot of people think sugar is bad. So that's what we have been misinformed of. Processed sugar is bad. And a lot of us know that, but do we really practice the balance of understanding that processed sugar is such a serious treat? It is a toxin in our system that disrupts our entire metabolic system. It imbalances our blood sugars. A lot of people think that we're only suffering if we're pre-diabetic or diabetic, but we have these young children who are eating processed sugars, and it's affecting them on such a large scale that they may start to see skin conditions at a young age. Things like eczema, psoriasis, acne are all skin conditions, and ingesting processed sugar is going to contribute to a lot of these skin conditions.
Do you have some good swaps that you can think of? Is coconut sugar the same? Is that processed, or even like honeys, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Honey and
I
fruit.
know you're not a nutritionist, but
I actually am a certified nutritionist, so I'm
are
not
you?
a
See?
nutritionist, but yes, I do hold a nutrition certification, and it actually is a huge, huge passion of mine, and I am very knowledgeable when it comes to the subject. So
Amazing.
we should be eating fruit and honey. And I tell people, don't deprive yourself of sugar. Make a big, delicious yogurt bowl of your choice. Hold the processed sugar in your flavored yogurts. Anything that says added sugar on the label should be avoided. So, to your point, agave, coconut, there is also a lot of health benefits to actual maple syrup. So there are a lot of alternatives, but staying away from anything on a label that says added sugar. The sugar content that is in there from honey or fruit are the 2 most important things that we should be ingesting, are really a way to stay away from that processed sugar. If I don't have sugar in my life, you better believe I'm going to end up at the gas station. I'm going to buy something that I'm not supposed to have that doesn't serve me. And having fruit in my life and honey and having those sugar alternatives accessible in my home definitely help me with those cravings.
You gotta have something healthy you can grab when you feel those things. And for me, I know in like smoothies, it's dates. Those
Totally.
really big
They're
dates, when
sweet.
you blend them up, they make your whole smoothie so sweet without
Absolutely.
any type of added sugar. So, can you tell us about some hidden sources of sugar that we might overlook? places where
Definitely processed sugars. So cane sugar is going to be the most common, but high fructose corn syrup and any kind of processed sugar. There's a laundry list, sucrose. I see like something that literally says natural sweetener on a label. So something like that, hidden words, something that says natural something. It's unfortunate that they allow some of this verbiage. Natural flavors is another one that I see a lot. Natural flavors pretty much just means that there's an ingredient in there that we don't know what's in that ingredient. So there could be a few things in this one single listed ingredient that if you don't know what it is, and it could be just as simple as natural flavoring, then
Mhm.
it's as simple as that. You don't know what's in the product. You don't know what's in that ingredient label.
So those oils, are those oils a source of or can contribute to acne? Are we seeing those
Oh,
oils coming through the skin? Is that what's happening?
yeah, so our skin is a detox organ. You know, we detox through our underarms, we detox through our nose, we detox through our mouth and our ears, and we detox through our skin. So there's healthy oils and then there's unhealthy oils. And when it comes to ingesting these oils, absolutely they're going to be coming out of your skin if you are overloading your system with unhealthy oils. Basically, our body needs omega 3s, omega 6s, and omega 9s. And these get seriously imbalanced when we start to ingest hydrogenated oils. Canola oil, sunflower oil, those are two really popular oils that you're going to find in on an ingredient label. And basically, these oils are made from the seed or the plant and not the fruit of the plant. What happens if you take an avocado and you put it in the sun? The avocado is going to sweat. It's very easy to see that oil coming out of that avocado. And avocado oil or olive oil is coming from the olive or the avocado, the fruit of the plant,
Right.
not the seed or the canola plant. In that case, how do you get oil out of a canola plant? Like, think of like a corn husk or a corn plant. How do you, same thing, corn oil. How do you get oil out of that? Well, I can tell you, they use hot gases, really high temperatures. They're stripping the plant of all of its fiber. They're bleaching it, they're straining it, and then you're left with this beautiful orange oil that we've been told is healthy for us, and it is wreaking havoc on our system. So the seed oils are a huge problem, in moderation, I guess, but in moderation is not daily use of something. So
Mhm.
if I decide to go have chicken wings or go eat something that I know is not healthy on the system, then I know I'm going to back that up with a lot of really healthy meals so my body can be strong and detox what I just ate. The unfortunate thing is this hidden ingredient, canola oil, cold expressed canola oil. Do I know how everybody is producing their oils? Absolutely not. So for me, I choose to stay away from all of it unless it's olive oil or avocado oil, or animal fats. We eat a lot of animal fats. So organic grass fed butter. And I got some duck fat at the butcher the other day that I just saw, like when I was checking out. So animal fats are very healthy for us. Why? Because these are whole ingredients. When you take a plant and you strip it of all of its fiber and you use hot gases and high temperatures to process this beautiful oil, it's no longer a whole food. And we are perfectly designed humans, and our body doesn't know what to do with ingredients that are not foods. And once we get to a point that an ingredient label has more non foods than it has actual foods, then we're in a huge predicament because our body then has to use that little bit of food to detox all of these chemicals. And unfortunately, these hydrogenated oils are exactly that. They become a chemical.
Ah, I've gotten such an education today because you hear these terms of seed oils versus, and you whole foods and things like that. And just the way you explained how it comes from the fruit versus the seed is just such
Right.
an education to me. So you get rid of that white flour and you move to more whole wheat. You get rid of that sugar and you move to more towards honey and agave. And then the third one, remind me, was
The
the oils.
No, the third one was the processed flour that you just mentioned, but I didn't touch on.
Ah, okay. So tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
flour before we go.
absolutely. So have you ever heard somebody say, well, when I go to Europe, I can eat the pasta and I can eat the bread, but when I'm in the United States, I can't do that. I get so sick.
Yes.
I feel like we all know somebody who has said that.
Yes.
So there are a few different things that play into that, but to just make it pretty simple. In the United States, we are processing our flour. Again, we are taking a whole grain and we are processing it with bleach and bromine and turning it into this beautiful white flour. Well, news to me, I was unaware of all the different options for flour, and I actually found an unprocessed flour that also comes very beautiful and milled and white, and it is still, I guess, processed into this form, but it's done without any kind of toxic gases and chemicals, and
Gotcha.
it's not stripped of any of its whole fiber. So, kind of to go back to the oil, it's all just processed in a way that it is no longer a whole food. And when you add all of these toxic chemicals into our food, literally bleach and bromine, like again, a lot of people have heard TikTok videos that talk about how there's the same chemicals in our flour that's in our hot tub. It's a it's a fact. It's literal information. So when you're buying your flour that's non-organic and not paying attention, often because of the price point, then you're just filling your system with toxic chemicals. One thing that helps our family is we buy 50-pound bags of flour. It's a little more expensive, but it is way cheaper than buying organic flour at Whole Foods or the grocery store, any other grocery store.
Right.
So we always have a 50-pound bag of flour in our basement. It's like $30 to ship it. We might pay $60 for the 60 pounds, but 50 or 60 pounds, but it lasts us forever. So if you're somebody that is using flour, we don't use a lot of flour, but when we are using flour, we know if we're baking something, then we know that it is unprocessed. One other thing that's really helped our household is we have a subscription for our bread. It is very hard to find bread that has a clean ingredient label.
Man, reading the ingredients, you're like, this isn't even bread anymore. Like, I don't know what I'm eating. Yeah.
Bread should have 3 to 5 ingredients in it. So it's very hard to find that at the grocery store. So we have a bread subscription. We order croissants, we order bread, we order pasta, and so many delicious things, some with sugar and some without sugar. And then we know if we are eating bread, then it's healthy. It comes from a source that we trust, and we know that they're not processing their flour. If we're eating a chocolate croissant, we know that there's 7 ingredients in it instead of 107 ingredients in it, like a frozen chocolate croissant that you might get at the grocery store. So understanding that there are options and there are ways to take control of your health, take control of what you're feeding yourself and your children.
I know this feels more like a diet and nutrition episode as opposed to a skin one, but the fact that our skin is our largest organ, and the fact that I've heard a lot of people connect what they're eating to some type of skin issue, whether it be acne or dairy with eczema or things like that. Changing your dietary life just has to in turn change your skin.
Absolutely. And if our skin is wreaking havoc, we need to understand that our organs are probably wreaking havoc on the inside also. So understanding that it's not about being on a diet, it's about understanding that we need to take control of our health on our own. And it doesn't matter what you're struggling with. The number one step is always to understand your food supply and understand that it may not be in your favor.
Thank you so much for breaking this down for us, Marissa. We'll see you on the next episode for another dose of No BS Beauty and Wellness.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Millie.
Invest in the best version of yourself. Call us today at 303-800-1821 or visit timelesssandw.com to schedule a consultation. Discover what it means to age with intention and elegance.